about being normal or being crazy or being weird?
Again, that's a lot of questions. I wouldn't consider myself crazy, but I definitely have difficulties with social skills. I have many social anxieties. So let me tell you just one situation. So we're here in Torrevieja, Spain. We moved from a residential area in La Mata before the summer crowds, and there weren't too many people. I can be outside without too many problems. Now we moved to downtown Torrevieja, right in the middle, pan out there and look at the buildings. And down
Right
the
in the
street.
middle of the city,
We're right in the middle of the city. We're only 300 meters from the ocean, but we're right in the middle of the city. And I remember the first time...
It's your first experience living in the city, right?
First time I've ever lived in the city. First time I've ever lived in a place I can look out the window and I see people walking on the street and cars driving and stuff. Absolutely new experience for me. Very difficult for me to adapt to. So when we first moved in here, I'm at high anxiety. And for those of you who don't know, part of Tamara and my relationship is that she's my emotional support companion because it's very difficult for me to be in social situations without some sort of support. So we get down here, and I remember the first time I tell Tamara, I'm gonna go to the grocery store by myself. Now,
and I can watch you,
and
I can watch you walking on that street.
You can
Yeah.
see that. You can actually, if you know where it is, you can see the grocery store from here. It's a block and a half down the street. So I tell her I'm gonna go to the grocery store by myself. Now, before I tell her this, I've probably been mentally preparing myself for hours, maybe even days, that I'm gonna go outside by myself. And so I tell Tamara that I'm gonna go to the store by myself, and I get my shopping bag, I get myself to open the door. You can't imagine what goes on in my brain. Just I open the front door to the apartment and step outside into a tiny hallway. There's no people or anything, but already I feel like I'm watching TV or something, that I'm separate from where I am. I'm not part of where I am. I'm just something else. It's difficult to explain it. So I get in the elevator, I go down. Now I've got to go out the front door of the building, and I'm really feeling a sense of absolute panic. But I've convinced myself I'm going out all by myself. So I open the front door and I go outside, and again there's this feeling of almost a panic, that it's as if I'm walking through the deep part of Africa, and all the people are man-eating lions, and I'm completely out of place, and I'm in high danger. Something's gonna happen. But I have to close myself off to that, and pretty much if I do look at people, because that's the way my brain is, so I look at their faces, I see somebody's face, and I think, first of all, they hate me. They
there's
think
no
that
doubt
I
about
shouldn't
it.
be there.
Yeah.
They are giving me, even if they're smiling and saying hello, I think that they're frowning or give me an angry face is what I see.
They laugh at me.
Yeah, they laugh at me. When I pass by, they talk to their friends about how stupid I look.
He's walking.
Yeah, I'm walking. So, Anyway, I get through this, I make it to the store, and inside the store it's the same thing. I mean, I'm surrounded by lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and I just have to, hide myself like this and walk around, grab my stuff, go to the counter.
Yeah, fight
and
for your
part of me
part.
is I can still play the part when I have to. I can play the part of, look at me, I'm normal. So I say hola to the person, I give them the money, I say adios, or hasta luego when I leave, and act like they probably don't even notice that I'm about to freak out. But I am about to freak out, and then I run home, and I get home, come inside, close the door, and I'm so proud of myself that I just walked outside by myself. So that's the end of the story.
No. What is the most difficult part for you, to walk between those strangers or drive on the road?
It's two completely different things here. Driving is very difficult. It's a long explanation. The roads are very narrow. Almost every road is one way. So you can be driving down the road and then you can't continue going straight. You have to go, and you can't go left. You have to go and go right. And then turn left and then turn right again and then go straight for a while and turn left back to the street you were on just a minute ago, but 2 blocks further up where that road is your direction again. And every intersection is like a blind intersection. You can't see the signs, so you don't know if the cross traffic has to stop. Not necessarily, they're not going to stop anyway. Even if they have a stop sign, they generally don't stop. They slow down, look around maybe, and go through. So every intersection is potential accident. And the one-way roads, they're narrow.
What about
and
people?
Fuck the people. I swear to God. They jump out in front of cars. People think that they have the right of way. And if they just walk, they don't look for cars. They just walk right out into the street.
Yeah, because you
So
have crosswalk
you're
like
missing-
every 10 meters.
You're trying to stay on this narrow road where your mirrors are literally almost touching parked cars on both sides of the street, and being careful at all the intersections, and then people just walk right in front of you. It's really too much. And there's people that they'll stand at an intersection. They stand like right on the street, but they have no intention of crossing. So you got to watch those people too, wondering, what the fuck are you doing?
What about those cars that have the alarm lights?
That's a whole other story. So.
But so you prefer California traffic?
Well, there's far less cars here, so once you get used to all the one-way roads and the narrow streets and the people coming out of nowhere, I think I'd rather drive in these streets rather than in Southern California, where most of your driving, you're stopped because there's so many damn cars. This is still better. But here in Spain, I worry every second that I'm gonna get stopped by a cop for reason or no reason, and the guy's gonna keep me there for a half an hour and eventually try to get €100 from me, or he's gonna impound my car. Every time I think about driving, that's high on my list. If I see a cop behind me, 2 blocks behind me, I turn off and park someplace, wait till I see him go by, and then continue, because the last thing I want is a cop right behind me.
I think in every country, when you see cop behind you, you don't feel comfortable.
I don't worry about them in the U.S. because I know legally they can't stop you unless you did some violation. And I know what all the possible violations are, and when I see a cop, I'm not doing any of those things, and all my lights work, so I don't fear being pulled over in Southern California. But here, I think they pull you over with the intent of extorting.
Yeah, they need money.
So it's tourists. They're looking for tourists. My car has a French license plate on it. They know that I'm a tourist. And if I live here with a French license plate on it, then they're going to look at my legality of being here, of which I'm not legal.
So you criminal, you illegal.
Man,
Illegal.
I'm an illegal immigrant, so I worry about the popo.
Isn't it pretty strange to have some American who moved here?
You don't see Americans here. There's no Americans.
They
here.
don't even know that America exists.
Yeah. All the Spanish people here think California is like heaven.
Of course it is
Everybody
heaven.
wants to go to California, live in California. Americans don't even know Torre Vieja exists. There's no Americans here.
I think Americans know about Barcelona or Madrid.
But they don't know about Torre Vieja.
What about playing football? Tell me about how it happened.
This is getting a little long.
No, we still have 4 minutes about, so you can tell how people here, when it was World Cup, the difference, how you experience it in US and how...
I don't watch sports.
Yes, but didn't we watch it here, even though we don't watch sports?
We watched it here, a couple of times, because you sit at a bar. Every restaurant, every bar has huge TVs, and not just one. They have everywhere. There's wherever you're seated, whatever direction your face is pointed.
You don't even need to be seated.
There's
You
a
just
giant
walk
TV.
on the street and
you walk down the street and there's TVs out there.
So there is no way you cannot see if it's
I guess it's soccer season again now, because now they're playing it again when there's a soccer game on. All the TVs are playing.
I think it's a great experience when you can become part of that community what feels so proud of their team playing or
I guess you
winning.
could say that. So if you sit down and act like you care, then you do feel like you're part of the community.
I enjoyed being part of the game when Russians won. It probably was first time in my life when I was in sport bar, but it was amazing when you see crazy crowd of fans who support the team and you feel like you really won that.
In California, it doesn't matter who won or lost, there's going to be a riot. And they're going to light cars on fire and vandalize stores and stuff. And they got 2 excuses. My team won and I'm happy, so I'm going to burn up all the police cars on the street and steal a television. And then if your team lost, you're angry, so you're gonna, break into Target and steal all your kitchen supplies that you.
So what is better, to be normal or to be crazy?
I think normal is probably much easier.
But not so much fun.
I don't know, it might be more fun because half the time I'm too afraid to even go outside.
Yeah, but when you go outside, you have so many events in your head over such a simple fact that you just go shopping.
Yeah, I think the events in my head is a whole other story that we can add about what's going on in my head when I'm walking down the sidewalk near the ocean, where, like right now, there's half as many people as when it was at its most crowded in August. It's September, mid-September now. But it's still a little difficult to traverse between all the people. But in August, it was almost impossible to walk down these wide sidewalks.
You did it.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. Okay. Say goodbye to our viewers.
Goodbye, viewers.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to Tamara's channel.